guys! So some time ago, Bex and I were asked to review The Silent Deal by Levi Stack, which has a wonderful cover, if I do say so myself. And it's a book about two boys in the village of Arik, that's I think how you say it, in Russia in the 1800s, and they dig very deep into their town's past and discover all sorts of hidden mysterious secrets that it's hiding, in that it has this man who's sort of watching over them and suppressing the town in a way, and no one's supposed to know about it from their generation. They're all supposed to be kept in the dark, and every time one of them tries to ask about it, they always get told to stop speaking of it or never to bring it up again. So they go on a wild journey involving gypsies and faraway places and riding horses, and there are some explosions and fiery things that happen, and it is a really interesting, I think, 4 out of 5 star book that takes you on a journey with Victor, who's the main character. The book is from his perspective. His father is a miner, and their family lives in a very small house. They're rather poor, and his what becomes his blood brother is Romulus, who's sort of a boy of the forest, and no one really knows anything about his mysterious past, and that comes up as they dig deeper into the towns. What I really liked about this book was the character development. I think both of the main characters were really, really developed. The girl characters, not so much. Their teacher was a really strong female character, but not as much as I would have liked. She really didn't play too big a role in the story. The plot really moved along. It was a very setting-driven plot, I think, actually. It was very fast-paced. It kept moving. Some instances, in some scenes, it was too fast. I really had to go back and read things again because stuff was just flying and you couldn't tell what was going on. And I think there might have been a couple too many cliffhangers in some points. The book does end with, I'm not going to say a cliffhanger, but it lacks some resolve in some regards, and that's a good place to do it at the end, but maybe not too much in the middle all the time. But like I said before, 4 out of 4 stars. It's an excellent story, fast-paced, interesting mythology especially is used in this, I believe, and as a lover of the Chronicles of Prydain, I was very intrigued by it, and I think if you enjoy mythology, I think that you will too. But you don't have to take my word for it, because you can also hear what Bex thought of the book, as she read it as well. Stick around.
Bam. So yeah, I got a little bit of a wider angle going on here because guess what? Brilliant me left my video camera at home 400 miles away. So we're going back to the good old days for a little bit here, guys. But anyway, focusing on The Silent Deal. So you've already obviously had to hear what Les has to say, so there's going to be a little repetition because her and I have pretty similar opinions on the book. I also love the cover a lot, and I also love the mythology. That's my favorite part of the book. There is some really in-depth creation in this. The whole world building of Russia in the mid-1800s, and specifically this place, Arik, where everything seems a little bit off. And there's definitely something going on in the underground of the city. I don't believe Les mentioned this, book 1 of the card game series. So it's actually a series and it has to do with cards, and that's why the cover looks like this. But there's something with cards in this city, and it's so good. The mythology is awesome. Also agreeing with Les on the main characters, Victor and Romulus. They are also really well written. They're very real as teenagers growing up in this time. This is a YA book, but it's not your typical YA book because it doesn't take place in a more modern setting. I mean, I don't know of any other YA books that are written about Russia in the 1800s, so this is pretty unique. There are also lots of other good characters. There are many faces in this book, and some of them you'll love and some of them you'll love to hate. Even if Victor is not your favorite character, I guarantee you'll find somebody in this book that you really enjoy reading about. That being said, I don't think the females characters were that well developed. There were a lot of strong male characters, as the majority of the people in the book were male. The 2 girls that Victor and Romulus interact with the most, Charlotta and Ivanova, they seemed pretty two-dimensional. We got a tiny bit of their backstory, but we never really learned much about them other than the fact that they were conveniently placed to help move the plot along and occasionally to help explain things and just be one extra voice in the background. They also provided a little bit of the romantic subplot, which is definitely not important in this story, but it does come up. Since this is a series, I'm hoping in the next book that Levi can write Charlotta and Ivanova a bit more so that they're better female characters, stronger female characters. I decided to give The Silent Deal 4 out of 5 stars, almost 4.5 stars. I just wish that there had been better development with the female characters, and that really would have helped with that little extra half star. Those of you who are looking for a fast-paced read with a well-developed story, with a great mythology surrounding the mystery, I recommend this book. So that's that. As always, we have all of our links in the doobly-doo. We have our Goodreads, our Twitter, our book depository. Check those out. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.